start it real quick. You ready?
Uh, yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the show on the road.
Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wall of Friends podcast, where we hang out and talk to your friends and ask them what inspires them, what scares them, and more. With you, your two hosts, William.
And George.
And on today's episode, we got a friend of mine I met not too long ago. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yes, I am McLovin, a.k.a. Miguel.
Bro, how did McLovin come about?
Bro,
You're not even white.
I know, bro. I mean, it was first day of soccer practice, soccer tryouts. And then I came up, and there was this guy, senior at that time. His name was Broski, Matthew. It's been a long time, but I came up and had, like, these glasses that were, the ones McLovin wears. And then he came up to me, and I came up to him. He was like, you look like McLovin. And it just stuck with me, and everyone called me on the soccer team that name.
Yeah, because I always hear like Jose and the board come.
Yeah, they always come
So
with that.
McLovin. So I was like, where did this nickname come about?
And it's because half the time I'm stupid. I don't think when I'm doing. I don't think when I'm talking, like right now. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's because sometimes I'm just goofy, outgoing, and it just stuck like that. That's why I'm called that.
Talk about your childhood life. How was that
Childhood, okay.
coming
so-
about?
Yeah, where you from?
Where are you from? Were
Where
you
I'm from?
born here? Were you not
Yeah.
born here?
Well, so my parents are from Mexico. Saludos, my mom, if you're listening, I love you. And well, my dad and my mom, both from Mexico, and they want a better life, like almost everyone else wants to come here. And so they crossed the border. They went through like the Monte side, so they didn't swim. And
So they went to like the desert.
yeah, well, through the like mountains. My mom said she climbed mountains, the mountain at the time when there was no like border patrol. It wasn't heavy
Yeah.
like it is now. And then so she made it here to Arkansas. And well, at the time she didn't know my dad. She lived with other people because she didn't have a house. She told me she didn't have a house to live in, and she was pregnant at the time with me. And was she also, it was because she was some other person, some other guy that had me. So my father is my like stepdad. He's the one that grew me, or rose me.
Race you?
Yeah, raised me. Yeah, and ever since I can remember when I was younger, I can remember him being there because the other one kind of just left me. And yeah, because of that, she wanted to actually do abortion. And it's crazy how like life it is now, because without me, a lot of stuff that we've done would not have been accomplished through me by God. Because she always says that it's what she say? She says something in Spanish. I can't remember what she says, but along the line, she says something. It's what's it called? It's choice, or not a choice. What's it called? It's a gift from God, or whatever.
But you were a gift from God,
Yeah,
basically.
gift for God. Because recently I've been able to do good for her and brothers. I recently bought a new car and everything, and helping her in every way, anything she needs, basically.
So when she was crossing the border, she was pregnant with you?
Yes, she was, and she came here and lived, like I said, with other people, and rose me, and that's when she met my dad. She met my dad, and he took care of me as I got older. taught me, and I always thought he was my real dad until eventually she told me.
How old were you when you found out?
I was probably like 7 or 8. I don't remember quite, but I was pretty young.
Did that hit you pretty hard when you found out? Or
Well, kind of, but because I didn't really know him. I didn't really know him until I was like 12 and 13. I met him at like a party, and I would say, "Oh, what's up?" And but he also had like children, other children with with another lady.
Yeah.
And I'm actually good friends with the children of his that are girls, 2 girls, or
Like your half sisters?
yeah, half sisters. But she's
So your mom was pregnant when she crossed the border,
yeah, I'm pretty sure she was. Yeah.
and I guess was she with like your biological father whenever she came here, or did they come together?
I don't remember. I think he left before she did. Like he came here, and then so did she. But they didn't live together. Pretty sure. And then that's when she lived in a house with a lot of people, and that's how she met my like stepdad, real dad,
Yeah.
which I call real dad. But
So how'd you feel whenever like your mom told you, "Hey, this is not your real dad"? Like, I know said you were 7, and I guess
you
Oh,
probably
it's
don't
kinda-
remember much, but what's like the little thing that you remember that
yeah,
that happened?
I mean, it's kind of sad, but at the time, I really didn't like mind because my real dad has always been there for me.
yeah.
And right now, he's actually in Mexico right now because he had to go see his dying mother before she died,
Yeah.
and he tried to cross back, but border patrol got him and he sent back. So right now he's in Mexico. So my mom is a single mother with us 3.
Oh, so there's 3 of you?
Yes, me, my brother Emmanuel, and then Christian, who's at the house now.
Okay.
And on my mom's side, she has 2 other kids in Mexico. And on my dad's side, he has 2 kids in Texas, and then recently he got with a lady in Mexico, and I think he has a kid over there, a small daughter, with someone else.
So as a young person that you are, because you're not even in your 20s yet, like
Yeah.
your life has been so like perhaps some would say hard since the beginning, because your
Yes.
mom, first of all, your mom wanted to abort you,
Yes.
and there was that possibility of you not being here. However, she made I think she made the right decision by keeping you,
Of course. Yes.
regardless of like the circumstances at that time. And then you finding out that your real dad is not your dad,
Yeah.
and then your real dad leaving essentially, and now you having to be like the head of the family.
Yes. Yes.
At such a young age. How do you feel about how does that taking that big on responsibility make you feel?
Well, being head of the house, it made me like feel strong because there was times where it was really tough. Because sometimes I didn't know how to like do simple things like change a tire, which stuff like that, and being the older brother for these 2, taking care of them and working a lot so I can help my family. It was really tough. So far it's been great. I mean, we're doing pretty good for ourselves. Got a job, working with Willie. But yeah, it takes a toll when not having a father right there by my side after like 4 years. It's been like 4 years.
It's been 4 years since he basically essentially
yes.
left Mexico,
Yeah.
back to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever he left, what were you thinking at that time? You thinking he was gonna come back,
Yes.
or
I was thinking he was taking a little vacation. He'll come back, 2 weeks, and he'll come back. And like none of this like stuff that happened. I didn't think it would happen, but it was all up to me now. So
How did you feel when you guys found out that your dad got stopped by like border patrol and
Uh,
got sent back? Like, how was that? How was those emotions for you?
well, it was kind of mixed because I was thinking I was like, bro, father, right? Because it was pretty dumb. What he did, he said he was in a van, they drove in a van because he didn't want to walk like the mountain or whatever.
Yeah.
So but they checked the van and they found I don't remember how many, but him and two other guys, I guess. I don't know how many, and they took him back. So, but I was kind of upset and sad because I didn't know what would happen without him. But we've adjusted ever since, on life.
When did you realize that he was not coming back to your house essentially?
Mm.
Because when he gets caught the first time and then he gets sent back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he tried to come over a couple
Yeah,
more.
I'm pretty sure he tried twice, and then the third time he said he was scared if they catch him again, he'll probably go to jail.
Yeah.
And well, I realized that after the second time, I was like, I don't know if he's gonna be able to come back. So I guess that's why I just took command or took
To control,
to help, with our family. Yeah, that's when really when I.
As someone who has gone through like so much in such a short time of period, what has gotten you through to this? Help you get through this hard times, basically.
Hard times, friends, it's always a good time, friends, and because gets when you hang out with friends, you forget about all problems you have and stuff like that. And my mom as well, she helps me out with like she tells me things that I need to be strong, as well as like reading the Bible and stuff. And one, we're big like religious
Yeah.
people. She always says always put things in God's hands because He'll take control and everything. And I think that's why we've been able to manage. Why we're still here, and that's why.
Has there ever been a time where you were like scared? You're like, crap. I'm just like a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, like 16-year-old. I'm like, how am I gonna, sort of like be the head of the family?
Yeah, there's been times where like we want food, and at the time I didn't have a job, so I was like, man, I can't do anything because I don't have money, and my mom would be working still, and it would be all three of us in the house, just sitting there waiting. But that's when I was like, you know what? There's a saying, they always say, "Ponte las pilas," So
Yeah.
that's when
I guess in
mentioned-
English, just be like, be diligent.
Yes, yeah, and that's when I was like, okay, and ever since then, it's just my life's just been on go, 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 go.
When did that kick in for you? When you were like, okay, I got ponerme las pilas, do this and that for my family, provide for my little brothers,
yeah.
and help out my mom.
It was around when I passed my driver's license and I got my car. I was able to drive, and then I was like, okay, I did that. Now I gotta look for a job, and I applied in Splash, And I didn't get the job first time because I didn't have any work experience. So I got another job at Lost Pizza. Great place, great people. Just kind of got burnt out of making pizzas for people, But it was fun. And then from there, Navor, y'all know Navor, right?
Yeah, Navor, yeah.
And my boy Navor and Jose. I met Navor through Jose because soccer. I played for the soccer team, and one night, one night I told him, "Hey, when I score a goal, give me the job, get me the job." And then that day, I scored a goal, and I pointed at him. I was like, "You better give me the job." And so he did the next day. he said he went to talk to people and he got me the job, and then that's how I met Willie on the work site.
Being so young and like what you keep saying this and being young and being having to take the responsibility, how does this affect like or not no what is your dream as a
My dream,
yeah.
yeah, my dream is to well to make something useful because I'm going to college for business, something useful for someone's life, and I guess my dream would be to help others and for their struggles, because I want to say I struggled, my family whole struggled, so my dream is to help others in need. That'd be a good dream.
Did you feel like your dad abandoned you whenever he went back to Mexico and never came back?
Yes, in sort of way I did feel like he did, because it was a time period where he didn't, we didn't talk to him for a while, just because we were kind of upset. But eventually, our mom said you gotta talk to him, because he was the one who raised y'all and everything, and so we did, and we keep in touch still to this day. But we've kind of just um kind of just uh began to love him again the way he,
Mm.
you know, because we remember he was there for all three of us before he had to go. But yeah.
So earlier you're talking about how you're going to college and
Yeah.
everything. How does it feel like becoming the first one in your family, being the first, I guess, generation,
Yeah.
going to college? You're also doing track at National Park.
Yeah.
How does that feel like for you, or how is that?
Yeah. That feels amazing because I'm one of the first in our family hold. And going to college is something new. It's new to be a new experience, and uh, I'm also going there for a business major, and also, actually, I didn't want to run track. I just wanted to study, but they offered money. They offered scholarship to run. I was like, why not? And so I took it, and I'm in the fall gonna be running at college. And it's gonna be a nice experience.
You think
Moving out.
running has helped you cope with all the stuff that you have dealt with throughout your life?
Yes.
Like, does it clear your mind, or does it feel like something like it? It's like a way to, just to relax or forget about things.
Yes, it has. Mainly it's like sports. Been playing. I played a lot of sports in high school. Like senior year, I decided to play like 5 sports, which was obnoxious, But
Did you start in any of them?
yeah, I started in like every.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you play?
I played tennis. I played tennis. I did cross country. I did track, soccer, and did a bit of swimming. And yeah, it was fun because I would forget about all the things, all the problems I had dealing with all, stuff. And I would say yes, running has helped a lot, because I remember, I think it was junior year is when I joined the cross country team. And I know for the longest they were trying to get me to run, but I was like, no, I was fully committed to soccer because I loved it. But I gave in, showed up at a track practice junior year, and I was like, hey, coach, I want to run. And he was like, okay. And then the rest is history, It was fun because, built a lot of relationships with a lot of people. Got closer to a lot of people I met, and just had fun,
What's like your biggest lesson so far that you have learned throughout this your life?
My life, I would say like don't take anything for granted, you know, 'cause we only live once, and um, and so with that, I just say, just go for it. And I've learned a lot from doing a lot of things in my life, and but one thing, is with always being true with God, and He'll always be with you.
What was something you would say to your younger self?
Younger self, um, I would say, uh, what would I say? Um, I would say, don't be, don't be too committed, but go for it. That's what I would say, because there'd be times I'd be like, when things happen, I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. But then other things happen, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. And then it just messes up with, and I get in trouble somehow. But that's what I would say.
Earlier you said that you had to learn how to love again
Yes.
with your dad.
Yes.
How was that process of learning how to love again when someone had already hurt you so deeply?
Oh yeah, that was tough. It was hard because uh, him leaving us and not like being able to come back just made me want to just strangle him. But but it was a choice, which is crazy because if he didn't do this, I probably would have been just on the couch and not doing anything, and because he would have been there, which is kind of crazy if it was like meant to be. But I began to love him again because we would call regularly and talk how he's doing. He would say yes, doing great. How are you? We would also say yes, we're doing great. But yeah, that's how we started to. We all think, because all three of us didn't really want to talk to him, but then we did, and we did, and to this day we're all good, and we're all happy that he's doing good, and hopefully one day I could go visit him, when I turn old enough to like get papers for him so he can cross back over here safely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we were talking about on a different podcast episode with Hattie. You guys, if you listen, you should go listen. But we were talking about forgiveness, and then Willie brought it up how like it's so sort of like simple for him to forgive, and then I said like it wasn't so simple for me to forgive. How were you able to forgive someone that meant so much to you?
I guess over time, we've just forgave him, for what he did. But because our mom kept telling us it wasn't his fault. He couldn't stay here with us because he had to go see his mother before she died, And he tried to come back, but he couldn't. So we had to learn how to forgive him because, it was part of our mom saying, hey, you gotta talk to him. He was your father, and he did everything for us. So over time, we just gave in, and we forgave him for leaving us, essentially. But we're happy that he's doing great. So.
And like that's so amazing for you to say that. And I'm sorry if I'm bringing back emotions that are not necessarily the best, but getting to know like that deep side of you of how you're able to overcome that, it's good to know for people who have not been able to forgive someone who they love deeply for maybe years, maybe 20, 30 years. So
Yeah.
coming from a young person like you, that you have matured so fast, how you're able to forgive, it's definitely inspiring in ways that, if you're able to forgive, then I think we should all have that little bit of sympathy or empathy for that person that hurt us. And because for me, um someone that kind of hurt me, not directly,
Yeah.
or the way that their reputation was sort of like tarnished in my eyes, was whenever my grandpa on my grandpa basically cheated on my grandma, right? And
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know that for like 18 years. And he had like kids outside of marriage also,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So like to me, for this whole 18 years, like he was like this great provider, this person who's like, I had this picture where he was a great provider. He was someone who did no wrong and just like a great person all around, which he is. But then when I came to find out like what he did, it kind of hurt me because obviously I love my grandma so dearly, and in a way I kind of lost like that respect for him
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
and that way of like looking up to him. So, and it wasn't until recently when I got to spend more time with him and talk about it and actually just ask him like, have like deep personal questions, like deep personal conversations with him, as how I was able to like, forgive him, forgive him again and love him. Not that
Yeah.
I never stopped loving him, but like forgive him completely and just understand him a little bit better. Even though I don't understand, but like or try to understand why things happen. So it's amazing that you're able to share your story, because in a way it like sort of like I can relate to that, even though it's like in a different level.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely something that I appreciate you sharing.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Since you pretty much been talking about recently growing up without a dad for those couple of years
Yes. Yeah.
and you having to like help your mom or being like the household, being that big brother to your little siblings. Did it feel like you had a childhood growing up or not really?
Well, to be honest, yeah, kind of, but not really because I had to help them. But friends, I still got to hang with all my friends, and in a sort of way, it did take away because I had to work a lot and I didn't get to hang times I wanted to hang with friends because I needed money to help with bills and stuff like that, and now like food and paying off a car. So childhood kind of short lived, but still trying to have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got like going back to I was like sort of speaking, and if there's anyone out there, who still has like a issue with their parents or the grandparents or someone who's close to them, you've heard it from Miguel, and you're hearing it from me now. I think the best way is just to stop avoiding that awkwardness or that desire of not trying to reconnect with someone that meant so much to you, and just talk to them and try to come to a happy meeting, understanding, and then sort of move on and forgive. But no, thank you. Like I said, I just kind of want to say that just in case like some people are going through that and they don't know what to do, they're stuck in that situation. Well, I think the best advice that you've heard from Miguel and myself is just talk to them. Maybe it doesn't have to be all at once, but little by little, things are probably gonna get better.
So I got some questions. We can all answer. It's not. I mean, not. It's not juicy, but I mean.
Juicy.
So the first question is, what would you change about yourself if you could?
I would change that I'm, dumb sometimes. Because half the time I am dumb, and I wish I was a bit smarter, but I guess that's why a lot of people like me, 'cause I'm just, you know, dumb in the head sometimes. But that's one thing I would change about myself. 'Cause
But I
I like
think
to be
it's just
you know,
like and maybe not that you're dumb, but maybe that you don't pay as much
attention.
attention,
Yeah.
and especially because you're not interested in that certain subject.
Mhm.
That's probably you're like, oh, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Or it's also like a growing and learning process. You know, you're
Mhm.
still fairly young,
Yeah.
so, so it might be just something that I guess need to work on or not. Yeah.
Yeah, work on because like I mean, a lot of people can say, I'm I'm dumb per se, but you're not necessarily interested in
Yeah.
the same thing everyone else is interested. So why would you put that same amount of effort and dedication into that
Mhm.
certain situation?
Something you would change about yourself, George?
Something I would change about myself. I think we were also talking about like not this, but like a different podcast. You said what was our insecurities or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
biggest insecurities? I think when I was younger, I was so insecure just being like dark skin, and I would get made fun of, and I kind of like hated it to a point like I just like I didn't like the way I was, my color of skin, but I came to just kind of to loving myself just for the way who I am, and because you just it's something you have to accept because if you think about what your insecurities or something you wish you can change about you, it's gonna take away from the great qualities you do have as a person, as a human being. So if there's anything I would change about me at this moment, I don't think there's anything I would change about me because otherwise, you know what they say, you wouldn't be where you're at with the person
Mhm.
who you are now if you would have changed something about you. So I think I'm happy with my life so far, so I don't think I would change anything
Mhm.
about me. What
I
about you,
feel
Willie?
something that I probably would change about myself is sometimes I tend to like not go for things, whether it's life choices or maybe try and talk to a girl, you know.
Yeah.
But like you just just try to go for it. Don't step back and then be like, nah, I'm not gonna do it, or don't be like, maybe, or like, I don't want to think of a way being like, what if I did this or what if I did that. Just
Yeah.
try to go and go chase those opportunities that life give you. I feel like that's a thing I would definitely change about myself. It's just don't be scared, don't be shy about something.
Do what excites.
Do what excites, baby.
Yes. I like that.
Another question is, what's your best childhood memory?
Oh, if I can remember, best one. I guess it has to be a time when I have this older brother. His name is Mendez, and he lives in Texas. I guess when we first met him, it was kind of cool 'cause he was not like uh, he's a brother to me, but really like real brothers to my brothers because my dad
Yeah, yeah.
didn't birth me. He came. We met him when we were younger. He was like probably 16. He told us he was 16, and we came to our house when we were all young, all together as a family. We got to hang. I don't quite remember what happens, but I just remember hanging with an older brother. Having an older brother with me and just doing like having fun. I don't remember what things because it's been a long time, but it was really stuck
You
to me.
just feeling like a part of a family.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 And now he's over there in Texas doing pretty good for himself. Has a wife and a kid now, and he works like doing HVAC, and love him to death.
What's your best childhood memory, sir?
I think my most fun childhood memory would be whenever we used to live in Michigan. It was like a dream. We had this blessing to live in front of a lake, and every Sunday after church, we would either grab a Little Caesars.
No, bro, it was Jet's Pizza.
Well, sometimes it depended on the Sunday how important. Like
Pizza.
yeah, we would get pizza. Yeah, we would get pizza, and then after that we would go on the boat and go tubing or
Bro, I need to go to.
go tubing or what is it? Oh, not wakeboarding, but water skiing.
What? Yeah.
Water skiing with the family, and I just didn't realize how lucky and blessed I was then. And I think Michigan would forever be my favorite childhood memory. Everything that we spent there, it'll be forever ingrained in my head, and I forever loved it. And I want to thank Grandma Dorothy and Grandpa Jim for giving us that opportunity and opening those doors for us there for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna not gonna lie. Michigan was probably my best childhood memory I've ever had. I remember my fifth
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
Because we just came from Honduras and we freshly coming up from Honduras. I don't know if it was that. When did we come to Michigan?
I can't remember. It was like June or July.
But my birthday was in August and we celebrated my 5th birthday.
It was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun. It was pretty big. Like we were at the lake. Went tubing. Met new friends. I mean, I guess it was different because we were basically the only Hispanic kids there.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
we're for sure the only Hispanic kids.
You'll stand out,
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I would definitely really look like them, honestly.
When I was little, yeah, I looked like them.
Willie had like straight hair and he had green
white.
eyes. No, I'm just kidding. He
Was
never
he
had
like
green eyes.
white skin?
Yeah,
I was
he
pretty
was-
much white
he's
skinned.
pretty-
I had
Oh.
like dirty blonde hair too. So I mean, yeah, but definitely Michigan was definitely one of like the best childhood memories I've ever had. I definitely want to go back. But
Yeah, for sure. I love Michigan.
another question is, what's the most important lesson you have learned in life? And I think the best lesson I've learned in life is, my parents always telling me that you're not alone. God is always with
Yeah.
you. Like, no matter if you're feeling down or you're happy, always fall back on God because no matter what, He will be with you through everything, through thick and things. He won't. Whenever you feel like you're alone and lonely, and obviously you don't see God, but we have that faith in Him, and
Yes, of
we
course.
believe in Him, and just know He works in different ways, and He's a big blessing. And that's one of the big lessons I've learned in my life.
As far as like a big lesson for me, I think I've many lessons I've learned throughout my whole life. Definitely one of them. It's knowing that my worth doesn't come based on the things that I do
Hmm.
or the things that I've achieved, but it really just boils down to the fact that I'm blessed enough to believe in God or just know that He gives me my worth. Because sometimes we get caught up on on comparing ourselves with other people and see what they have, what they don't have, or the things that I'm missing. And with that, it gives me the power and the energy or gives me the strength to
Mhm.
go get what I want, what I need. And if it's God's will, it will happen. And if it's not, it won't happen. And yeah, just kind of like my biggest life lesson is just kind of trusting in God, but at the same time, you have to do action.
Yeah.
You can't just trust in God, and it needs to be followed by some action. So at the end of the day, if you didn't try something, you're never gonna know the outcome of that certain situation. But one thing for sure, if you never tried it or never went for it, nothing is ever gonna happen.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. One thing that life has taught me was, yes, forgiveness, but really in trusting God, There was one night where coming out of work at my old job, I was driving and then I saw something on the road and I couldn't see because it was dark and on the interstate. And then that's when I had bad tires. The car was pretty bad, but I turned. I how you do like that.
You swerve?
Yeah, swerved way too hard, and that's when I lost traction. and I went to a ditch, and then I flipped out of it and landed like that, like not
On,
upside down, but
yeah, okay, on the
upside
floor.
up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and which is crazy. I came out of the car and I was like, whoa, I felt like I was Dominic Toretto from Fast and Furious, 'cause
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um, I had no scratches other than one scratch on my finger,
That's crazy.
and that's when I was like, whoa, God, really protect me from everything that's happened, and that's when I really truly believe that He's there, 'cause I could have been gone, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh. Second, or I guess this would be the last question is,
Yep.
what is your best character trait?
Oh, it would have to be that I'm goofy, Um, when I'm around friends, always making people laugh.
Or
'cause
the ladies, you know?
yeah, the ladies. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it would have to be that I'm funny, outgoing, funny, 'cause at work, I am, but I think that's what a lot of people like about me, which, makes me feel awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess one of my best or good traits is I'm outgoing. I care about people. I'm a people's person. I will always be there for anyone, no matter what.
Ladies, man.
That too, man. I can't help. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just I love being there for people and like making sure they're okay. 'Cause I mean, sometimes, not sometimes, but like I love checking up on friends or old friends, making sure they're good.
Yeah, 10 years from now. 10 years from now, man, go different ways and check up on me.
For sure, bro. What about you, George?
I think my favorite trait about myself is that I'm optimistic. I always like to see the glass half full, and even when I doubt myself, I see other people who are doing what people call impossible possible, and that fuels me again with that energy that I need to pursue the dream that I want to pursue, and just being optimistic, knowing that if you work hard and you put in the hours and the dedication towards your dream, there's a good chance that it will happen. But you have to believe in yourself, and with that, you have to cancel doubt, fear within you, and just try to stay positive and optimistic, regardless of what your peers may think about your idea or dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So before we wrap it up, what's something that has motivated you?
Motivated me. Something that's motivated me is always having something to work for. If I want to get, for instance, in soccer, I wanted to be really good, so I worked so hard for it, as well as running and everything. And even as working as a Lost Pizza employee, making pizzas, I remember when I first started, I was terrible at it.
Yeah.
I took about 20 minutes just to make one pizza, and I got good at it. And I always want to strive to be good at something. I think that's what I'm trying to say, at least. But yeah, that's what I think.
And what is something that either you're afraid of or you fear in going to the future?
What I'm afraid of going in the future is probably losing everyone that I know. If something that happens to me, because a lot of things have happened already, but thank God, He's with me, and well, it'd be a terrible feeling knowing that no one would be there, but the one and only will always be there. So pretty much dying. But I know being true with Him, you go to heaven one day.
Yeah, Miguel, thank you so much for taking the time here and opening up your story. I know it's certainly something not easy to talk about your
Yeah.
past and how it's crazy how the choices that we as humans make, even your mom, to the point like, she could have not had you, but instead she decided to have you.
Yes.
And look how great of a benefit it has been for her, her sticking with that decision. I'm sure at that point in that moment it was hard for her because
Of course.
she probably was thinking it would probably be easier for me, just to feed one
Yeah.
mouth than two mouth. But the fact that she was brave and chose to keep you says a lot of things about her.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm glad that you are able to be a good role model for your next generation, your brother, your brothers, and the people who may be watching this podcast. As we
Mhm.
learn from you how you were able to forgive and were able to overcome your obstacles that have come your way, and you're still trying to pursue your dream and becoming the best person you can, so you can help others. Also know that they're not alone in whatever they're going through. So I appreciate you, bro, for being here.
No problem. Pleasure to be here.
What would be like the best way someone can like contact you, or like maybe they feel like they have resemble your story and they want to talk to you about certain situations?
They can, hit me up through Snap or.
What's your social media, Instagram or Snapchat?
Huh?
What's your social media like? What's your Instagram?
Oh, it's. What do you mean?
What's your Snapchat?
Oh, like the bot or the name.
Yeah, like your username. That way, someone listen to this, they can reach out to you whether they've gone through the same thing you've gone through.
Dude, I think it's like Miguel MDZ 27. But yeah, no, you can contact me through to the socials through that name. But yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you coming on, bro.
No
and
problem.
It was a
And
good
shout
time.
out to Emmanuel for being here, his younger brother.
Related.
He was here just listening and just being here with us, spending time with him. Thank you for being here, man.
You want to say something?
Come right over here. Sit right. So you're on the camera shot. He's the youngest one. Oh, he's the youngest one?
You got any wise words to these people that are listening?
So once you start living, you don't have a lot of time left in your life. You only have a limited amount of time, so spend it on something you really want to do. Spend more time with your family, and if you can, spend some time outside or with some friends to make up the time that you have left in your life. That's all I wanted to say on camera.
Well, thank you, Emmanuel. It's definitely wise words from a young fellow like you. Like you said, we only have a limited time in this earth, and I think spending it with the people that we love and love us, it's probably one of the smartest things we can do. As once we're gone, the only thing that's left is the memories and the impact we made to those people around us. So thank you so much for that amazing advice from you, dude.
I'd like to thank my mom because she gave me a great life. And my brothers. For spending all the time they can with me, because when they're gone from now, when I get older, I'll only uh, have myself in the family that I'll be able to be with for the rest of my life. That's all I wanted to say.
Appreciate that, bro. You're a strong little man, alright?
Yeah, dude, you're making
strong.
your mom proud, your brother proud, and you're making us proud. Thank you for sharing and just being so honest with us. We know that you have gone through so much at such a young age, and thank you for being honest and opening up your heart with us. And I know once you get older, your mom's gonna be proud of the young man that you are.
Your brothers are gonna be
You're
proud of you.
Yeah, your brothers are gonna be proud of
And
you.
they're definitely proud of you right now, man. You're a strong kid.
And it's okay to reach out for help, because your brothers out there, and if you ever need anything from me, I'll give you my number so you can reach out to me, and I'll be glad to help you.
Right.
Appreciate everyone listening. Appreciate you, Miguel, for coming on. If y'all wanna listen to this podcast, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, video form on Facebook and YouTube, and you can also follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, make sure you share a smile with anyone who's around you, because that may lead to a deeper connection with someone you know, or it may be the beginning of a new friendship with a stranger. So share a smile, be good, be safe out there, and have a good one.
And
See ya.
Don't forget to share, to like,
And subscribe.
comment, and subscribe, baby. Y'all have a good one. See ya.
Until the next one. Bye.
Hasta luego.